this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Whitehead, the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. But this time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Personal roughing the backfield.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Rhodes. Good one, able to haul it in. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Off the play fake. Rhodes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
red zone now. They'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From the gun, Rhodes. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Goodwin. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers for him from a week ago. 23 carries, 111 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rhodes. This is caught.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
Whitehead, the return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Farmer. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and possession will switch hands 1st and 10.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Rhodes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Throwing on first down. Rhodes. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
This defense for the Saints, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there would be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
On 2nd down, it's Goodwin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
2nd quarter now. To throw on 3rd down, Rhodes. Man open, it's Goodwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries.
You use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Rhodes.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Rhodes. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw. Rhodes. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
2nd and 4. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On third down, Rhodes. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you. You run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On first down, Rhodes airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. So that's going to push him back half the distance. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. Brings up second down.
Off play action. Rhodes. He finds his man complete. It's Buchanan. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
That's caught, and again it's Goodwin. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he finds Fitzgerald. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Off the play fake, Rhodes. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Goodwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Whitehead, the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brent.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Rhodes completes it to Fitzgerald. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Can't do that. Let's go. Let's do this.
The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, Rhodes. He finds his man, complete. That's good one. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back, but boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Rhodes. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Minnesota. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
Back to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So they'll walk him back half the distance. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Goodwin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Goodwin. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 40-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
On 3rd down, Goodwin. And he'll be be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give right side. It's Goodwin. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rhodes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a big let-off there on 3rd down because you've got to count for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Farmer. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Farmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
2nd and 9 now.
And he completed 7 straight passes before that one as it falls incomplete and puts a halt to that streak. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but it left him no room to run as he goes straight out of bounds. The completion there lines up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. On 1st down. Good one. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. On 3rd down, it's Goodwin. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The Vikings send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They're going to look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So that will wipe the 6 off the scoreboard.
And you talk about dampening a celebration. That's a touchdown pass that's going to be called back because of the penalty.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodwin. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up fourth.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Back to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The Saints on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Good one. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Goodwin, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Brought down at the 18.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. A big play there on the keeper.
The Saints first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Farmer. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New Orleans.
Up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him, complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. He'll look to throw.
This to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact. But he couldn't hang on. Fourth down.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, complete. That's Farmer. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of the first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Goodwin. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points in the game?
No, what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was.